Sue Rose has a live action show and I watched it. It's called Unfabulous. It was on Nickelodeon in the mid 2000s. Rewatching it, there are so many references to the time period, and it's really, really funny. Ashley Simpson, Walkmans. There are Walkmans. I remember having one growing up. And a lot of stuff like that. But the plot of Unfabulous is 14-year-old Addie Singer sees the world through music, writes little songs about her day-to-day life, and somehow always finds herself in an awkward situation. I do find it a nice, refreshing break in terms of tone from the usual kinds of tween shows that there are. And a lot of them on Disney, Nickelodeon, this very similar type, very wacky, a very fantastical, very stage acting, and very cheesy. This one is a bit more realistic, which I think is a nice break. It's kind of like more Lizzie McGuire than it is, say, iCarly. And I've noticed there's not too much variety with tween shows. I wonder why that is. Maybe it's because it's more of a niche market. Maybe certain ideas have proven to work over and over again. I'm not entirely sure. Interestingly enough, confession, growing up, even though I watched Unfabulous a lot because I'd watch pretty much anything, I actually didn't like this one very much. It actually made me angry when I watched it because I really didn't like the friends. I thought her friends were terrible. And rewatching an episode, I still feel that way about one of them. I don't really like her best friend, which her name is Gina Fabiano. I don't know what the actress is like, but this character is someone who I would not have gotten along with, so I think that's where a lot of it comes from. And I do remember episodes where she really wasn't so nice to Addie. And she's this proud to get in trouble, skips school all the time, doesn't really care about school, cares more about clothes and fashion, and that kind of character. Which, they do something a little different with it, in that she makes her own clothes. But I thought, I still have this, could you make her a little less obnoxious? This is not a slam on anyone this is just me interpreting it. I did not like that character, I still don't. But Emma Roberts, I think, is really adorable. I do think that the writing and her performance, you do really, really get the psychology of that age. And it's something I've noticed in a lot of Sue Rose shows. There's always there definitely an accuracy to adolescence, and I do find that kind of funny. And especially to the awkwardness side of it, because one thing that I especially thought was really funny was the songs that Addie sings are not great, but it's kind of purposefully that way, because that is the kind of song that a 14-year-old girl would write and sing. The episode I rewatched is called The 66th Day, where Addie writes 66 songs about this guy she has a crush on, burns him on a CD, but very mid-2000s, and which gets lost around the school. She's got to get it back before anyone sees. God damn, that is so accurate. I thought, the actual songs, like I said, there's a legitimately nice one at the end, but the ones throughout are very much like what a 14-year-old would write, and I hate this word, but they're kind of cringy. They're kind of awkward in themselves, but you can look back on that and be like, hey, yeah, these are the emotions at the time, but when you're older and have a bit more refinement in your crafts, you think, oh god, what was I thinking? So that evokes that, and I can laugh at some of the things you do at that age. And actually, I've noticed, having watched Sue Rose's shows, I've gotten a few tropes. One thing I have noticed that's consistent in her work, unique names. Sue Rose's work always has very distinctive and unique names, but never in a way that feels very fakey, never in a way that feels I'm trying to have a cool name. There's something about her, the name she picks for her characters, Pepper Ann, Angelina Conda, Addie Singer, and honestly the Mean Girls, Maris Cranberry. I remember there was, in Unfabulous, there was a character named Tiara Cooper. Pepper Ann is a character, Trinket St. Blair. So there are... love the names she picks for her characters. I think they're very funny and very... They're so true to the characters. They're so unique, but on the other hand, they're so natural. And there were some legit funny performances in this. There's a kiss-ass kid who's always helping out the principal, who's very strict. I found him really, really funny in this. Because he had a bit of this charm to him. He had this, oh, I'm just gonna do my thing. Addie's other friend, Zach, I didn't think was so bad either. I thought, in this episode at least, was fine. I do remember, this is a personal thing. If I felt the friendships of the main characters were terrible, or they were passive-aggressive, they were mean, they were constantly insulting each other and not we know each other's rhythm way, in a very angry, unpleasant way, I never liked it. And I do notice there is a lot of that in tween shows. I think for that style of friendship to work, you really do need damn good chemistry with your actors. And I think one show that does this really, really well, at least for tween shows, Drake and Josh always did that very, very well. Because Drake and Josh grew up together, they got along, and I really felt this sense of camaraderie between them. Versus some of the Disney Channel shows, Nickelodeon's guilty of this too, where it feels more angry and unpleasant, which, again, very true for being a tween, but it's not fun to watch. And I got some of that from Unfabulous, especially growing up. But I find that there is... I guess what I like about it most is how unique it is, it's someone who sees the world through music. And for some reason, that seems so true of so many people, but I don't really see it in TV all that much unless it's a musical. And even then, this is somebody with an acoustic guitar. These music is fun. And I think I picked this particular episode because stalking. She mentions, am I a stalker early on, and I thought, sold! Yeah, I don't know if I'd watch too much of this other than for the nostalgia factor and because I love Sue Rose's work so much. But Unfabulous. Oh, one more thing. This is the show that reminded me of Angelina Conda because the opening theme song has that same clip art style. They used pictures of the actors and animated it, which is so awesome. I thought, oh my god, Angelina Conda, that's the same thing. And for some reason, I never put two and two together that it was the same creator growing up. But I think it took me a couple of years to put two and two together on that one. But yay! Unfabulous.